Hey, it's Mike from Metro Trails again with some more history, and Ev and I are here in Oxford, and what we're looking at is, see this mound here, see how it's stretching off into the woods, low fill here. This is the original 1856 right-of-way of the Warren Railroad, which became the main line of the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western. Now, from 1856 until 1862, when the Oxford Tunnel, actually the official name is the Van Nest Gap Tunnel, better known as the Oxford Tunnel, when it was completed in 1862, this track was not needed. It was built as a temporary track, but they didn't build it badly. It was actually pretty well graded. And it went through Van Nest Gap, circumnavigated County House Mountain and West Oxford Mountain. And there's a lot of complicated rights-of-way through the area. So this was the first one through here. If you look right up the hill here, you see some galvanized rails there on the road that goes into Oxford Lake. That is the later Oxford Iron Mines Railroad. We are behind a church right now. That's at the corner of Jonestown Road, Mine Hill Road, where Academy Street comes in. We'll try to put it into perspective over here a bit more. So, when you're looking down Academy Street this way, we're looking right down the original railroad right-of-way. If you look at the 1874 Beers Atlas of Warren County, Academy Street is built on that original 1856 right-of-way. That's why it's so flat. So some of this remained in service as part of the mining spurs after the tunnel was completed. Going this direction, it went down Academy Street, turned to the right, crosses over where Route 31 is now, weaved around County House Mountain. Part of Tunnel Hill Road is built on it. Then it weaves back across 31, goes back to what's now the later right-of-way everybody knows. This direction went out through these woods, and it weaved off to the right, came out behind the Oxford Furnace, and then rejoins the later right-of-way just a little past the former site of the Oxford Station, just off of Lower Denmark Road. Now, behind the church over here, the later Oxford Iron Mines Railroad came off of the main line just to the north of the tunnel. There's some abutments over in the woods there. It comes out behind the firehouse over here and goes into the woods over here, behind the church, and that's the right-of-way over there, behind the garage. And then it continues out on the road to Oxford Lake. When I was little and we used to go to Oxford Lake, the road was bumpy as hell because they paved right over top of the railroad ties. But that's why a whole lot of that road is still flat. As you're driving and the road starts to go downhill, you can see that right-of-way turning off to the left. But that was also not the original alignment out there. Originally, that mine railroad had a switchback up through this property straight ahead, up and through those woods. Made a switchback, went up to the cemetery off of Jonestown Road, and then over into the mines way up in these woods over here. So there's some of the history of how this whole layout worked. Very interesting little settlement here. And this whole area was called Oxford Furnace originally. The town of Oxford was now what we call Hazen, over on Route 519. And that's why the church there is called the Old Oxford Church, over in Hazen. They called this Oxford Furnace because it was close to that settlement. Up on the hill, the settlement over there was called Pittingerville. And then it was kind of annexed into Oxford. And this community took on the name. So there you go. There's the original 1856 track. Later mine railroad over there. The switchback mine railroad went over behind the church up in these hills. You can still see some stonework from the road this time of year. And original 1856 right-of-way swung all the way around here. Once a very busy area. Thanks for watching. Say bye, Ev. Say bye. Wave bye.